What's up, guys? It's out here roving through the wilderness on my way to work. Yeah, I live in a pretty cool spot. See some pretty cool stuff. Wanted to make a video. I've been listening on my drive. I've been listening to the Going Rogue podcast. Shout out to Jeremy and Matt. On this particular episode was my boy Jacob was on it. Been listening. It was the wrap up of the Games Are Dying series, the trilogy they got going on Going Rogue. If you haven't listened, go check it out. Find it on wherever you listen to podcasts at, and give it a listen. A lot of good insight, so a lot of good opinion from all of the guests that have been on there. A lot of Jeremy talking about stuff. Excuse me while I get in the Jeep here. You don't have to agree with all of it. Kind of cool thing about this, right? You don't have to agree with anything. If you've been around the games for a long time, you might have an opinion that everything is what it is. We don't need to do it different. We don't need to be any better. Obviously, I disagree. I think anytime you're doing anything, if there's an opportunity to be better at it, then you might as well try to get better at it. That's what drives me a lot of times in getting better at the sports that I do. I don't want to do the things just to do the things. I get bored with that pretty fast, and I don't think I'm alone in that. And I'm not making a dig at anybody who does lean that way. Sorry, guys, I'm driving down this old dusty old country road, wilderness of Alaska or something. I'll make a reality TV series about Highland Games in Alaska or something. If you're a producer, National Geographic or something, and you want to pay me tons of money to be that guy, hey, I'll be that guy for you. I got a lot of leave hours at work saved up. So anyway, yeah, back on topic. I definitely do not want to start a podcast. I'd love to be a guest on podcasts. In fact, I've been on Jacob's, and it's a great 9 Point Days, great podcast. Had a good time. But I'm not going to be a guy that starts a podcast because I don't think that I got a whole lot more to say than what they're saying. And beyond that, that feels like another job and obligation that I may not be so keen to jump in on right now at this point in my life. I got a lot of stuff going, man, including not knowing how to operate this stupid tripod. Anyway, yeah, a couple things I'd like to definitely expound upon and agree with out loud. One thing that resonated with me a lot was what they said about growing in the sport, and this actually piggybacks on what Justin Blatnick made a video about very recently. Was get yourself around people who are better than you. Bat up, outkick your coverage, do something to surround yourself with throwers that are better than you. That's going to make you better. It's culture within the Highland Games for people to help each other out for the most part. Every once in a while you got a dick bag, or at least somebody who's having a dick bag day, and they're not going to help out a whole lot. And then there's a lot of advice out there that just sucks. People just kind of regurgitating some nonsense that they were told, maybe misinterpreting it. But hey, all information is good information until you prove that it's bad information, and just get more of it, right? But we need to elevate ourselves. We need to elevate our games. We need to elevate our efforts and our quality of our throwing. If for nothing else, then just to validate the time that you're spending doing the thing. Good chance that if you're listening to me right now, you have a little bit more stake into the Highland Games than just, hey, there's a Scottish fair that's been going on in my town for 50 years, and I like to go to it a lot. And that's the only time you touch an implement. Chances are you're not that guy. So you're probably already tracking and doing the right things. But if you are that guy, hey, maybe consider doing a second games or a third games and just practicing and getting better and putting on a show for that crowd that you go to that one time a year. And there's a lot of components to that. You'll at first, I would say, just get out on the field, find yourself some implements first, and then get out on the field and throw those implements and work on it. Resource some videos from some people who have put stuff out. I put a little bit out. Justin Blatnick's put a lot out. Jacob Langworthy's put some out. Matt Vincent, if you can dig through his stuff, he's got a Go in Deep playlist. You'll have to probably search that, or you're going to have to sift through 2,000 videos. So Matt Vincent, Go in Deep. Daniel McKim has put stuff out. Ryan Vieira. A lot of the greats of the sport have some information out there that are really going to help you. Oh, and I'm forgetting one of the biggest gold mines of resources, John Oden's Empowered Strength YouTube channel, covering everything from how to do the throws to how to spend your time in the gym getting better for the Highland Games. So go look at all those resources. One of the things they brought up and touched on briefly was we need more coaching out there. We need more people advertising their services, coaching Highland Games athletes. And that does provide some legitimacy to the sport. And I know they didn't expand upon that, but first thing I thought of was, powerlifting and strongman, probably the closest cousins we have to what we do, have tons of coaching opportunities and resources in the market. These people are paying a ton of money to get consulting with professional strongmen, or at least people who have a very good knowledge of exercise and how to apply it to the sports. We should have a per capita the same amount of resource available. I know my coach John Oden, he takes on limited clients. It's not a dig at the people who don't take on more clients, for sure. I'm just saying, hey, if you're a good thrower, and you got some good technical ability, and you're pretty good at explaining it, like you might, coach middle school or something, maybe consider offering some services out there. That's a really weird thing to put yourself into, and I am probably being a big old hypocrite by not doing it myself. But selling your services, like I said, provide some legitimacy to the sport. It helps provide some again, more resources out there for people to consult with when they want to start taking it seriously. I like that. But short of that, I think y'all just need to get out there and throw. Spend a lot of time, in a lot of cases, more time than you are lifting out there on the field trying to tweak these throws. If you're a guy that can find, or a girl, or if you're a person that can find good balance in your throwing and your lifting through the actual lifting season, then get after it and do that. But otherwise, when I'm provided the opportunity of, hey, am I going to go out and lift, or am I going to go out and throw today? And man, a lot of times when I'm in the grip of the season, it's going to be throw every single time. I tried to come up with a very specific amount of time that I think people should be throwing at it, or like a bare minimum anyway. And I like to say about 5 to 6 hours a week spent throwing. You can wiggle with that, right? But 5 hours a week is 1 hour, 5 days a week. I don't think that's that hard. Sometimes you're going to be relegated to throwing on the weekends, and that's fine. That means you might have a little bit extra time, 2 hours on your weekend days. And then beyond that, be very specific with your intentions on your practice times. We're not just going to go out there and just throw, with the exception of very new throwers. You just sometimes need to get out there and get some reps in, film those repetitions, and then go find somebody to look at those repetitions. Go find somebody that's going to provide to you some feedback. I can be that guy. Now, if all 100 people that might see this video do that, I might be a little bit overwhelmed. So, hey, get what you pay for. And nobody's paying me anything to look at their throws right now. And I'm probably not gonna. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever. So that was a big section, a big topic that they covered briefly that I wanted to touch on. Beyond that, I've had this discussion with Jeremy independently and Jacob as well about pro games and being a pro thrower and what's my price point and all of those things.